allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wagoner?
Present.
Kleinschmidt? Yes. And Ogstad?
Yes.
Bryce is excused absent. So now we would need a motion to open a public hearing for the zoning change.
I'll make a motion.
She's been made
I'll second.
and seconded. So Kleinschmidt? Okay, vote.
Yes.
Okay. Ogstad?
Yes.
And Wagoner? Okay. With that, we'll have a public hearing.
All right, so it's for the zoning changes we made up on Second Street from Iowa to Nebraska. And what we did is, this is our last little group of rezoning. Then we'll go ahead and get a new zoning map made up. So we had the first public hearing last month, and no one from the board showed up, so we assume they all were in agreement. And this is the second public hearing, which is required in our process. So I would suggest if we have any questions from the public, we can take those. If not, then I guess we would close it. And then all we would have to do is just have the mayor say continue to get the zoning map updated. You don't need like a resolution or anything like that.
Anybody have any comments about it?
Anyone here for the public hearing on the zoning rezoning? No.
If nobody has anything to propose.
Sir.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Ogstad?
Yes.
Wagoner?
Yes.
Kleinschmidt? Yes. Okay. So, yeah, just continue rezoning.
Okay.
That's
We'll
what we
continue
need.
with the zoning map. We don't have any rezoning letters.
Okay, yeah.
You get
Continue
into
to
that?
work on it then.
Yeah.
Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, now we need a motion to approve the meeting minutes for March 12th.
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. Wagoner?
Yes.
Kleinschmidt?
Yes.
And Ogstad? Okay. Now we would need a motion to approve the minutes for the special meeting on the 25th.
I will make that motion. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Kleinschmidt?
Yes.
Ogstad? Wagoner?
Yes.
Okay. So now we need a motion to approve the claims for April.
I make that motion. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Wagoner?
Yes.
Kleinschmidt?
Yes.
Ogstad?
Yes.
Public comment. Anything they want to say, vent about? Okay. Move on to new business, and we have Austin Partridge, who couldn't be here tonight, but he sent him, or Jay?
Chase Spearman.
Jay, about the renewal for the water main financing.
Yep, good evening. Austin can't be here, so I'm just here to fill in. Jay Spearman with Northland Securities. Last fall, you adopted an ordinance authorizing the issuance of water bonds. That ordinance had an expiration of March 31st of this year. And so what we're doing is just updating that ordinance. One thing, Austin visited with the engineer, and the engineer has recommended that we increase that amount to $1,750,000 for the ordinance. Now, keep in mind, it's a parameters ordinance, because you're not actually moving forward with the issuance of bonds until after you probably taken the bids. And so what this allows you to do is, if those bids come in a little bit higher than what the previous estimate was, then you can move forward with the issuance of bonds without further city action. Interest rate wise, when you adopted that ordinance last fall, the average interest rate was a 4.76%. Today, it's a 4.32%, even with the recent volatility in the market. That 44 basis points or 0.44% difference, what does that really mean? That actually means about $100,000 less in interest expense. Now, you're not issuing today, but hopefully later on, after you take bids and you move forward, interest rates will be at this level forward.
Austin had mentioned that we can refinance them if they do go down, but we have to wait 5 years.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Bonds in the state of Nebraska by statute can't have anything longer than a 5-year call period on them, other than there are some extenuating circumstances for some issuers. But it's any time on or after the 5-year anniversary. You can refinance them at a lower rate, call them in and pay them off, or just leave them the same. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is an ordinance, and we would need a motion to waive the 3 readings of the ordinance.
Second.
Motion to waive the 3 readings of the ordinance for the water line, Kleinschmidt. Yes. Hogstad.
Yes.
And Waterman.
Yes.
Now I have to, I don't have to read the whole thing, but I do have to read what we will publish as a pamphlet. This is ordinance number 4926, and an ordinance authorizing the issuance of general obligation water bonds of the city of Crofton, Nebraska, in one or more series in a combined principal amount of not to exceed $1,750,000 to pay the cost of constructing additions and improvements to the water distribution system of the city, prescribing the form of said bonds, providing for a sinking fund, and for the levy and collection of taxes to pay said bonds to the extent not paid from other sources, providing for the sale of the bonds and authorizing the city to enter into a bond purchase agreement, authorizing the delivery of the bonds to the purchaser, providing for the disposition of the bond proceeds, and ordering the ordinance published in pamphlet form. And again, it's ordinance 4926. And I just read the one for the 1.7 million, but if you want to do the other one or stay with the other one, it would be the same, just a different amount on it.
Okay. So,
I'll make a motion to accept ordinance 4926.
motion's been made and seconded. Hogstad.
Yes.
Waterman.
Yes.
And Kleinschmidt. Yes. Okay.
And please don't leave, I will need signatures before you leave. Just so it shows that you gave notice of it in council.
Okay, next item on the agenda, we have possible water main improvement for the school. Nobody's here for that.
I think we can let that rest until we know more.
I think so too. Yeah, table it. Next is 5 rural planning, approval for a grant application and authorize a signature. Basically, it's the same thing we applied for last year. It's a grant where you commit, what is it, 33,000?
Yeah.
You would commit $33,001 of matching funds, and you would receive a grant of up to $99,000 from the USDA for a revolving loan fund for businesses in town for economic development.
And that too is a resolution 49262. And if you want, I could read that, the resolution.
Yeah.
Resolution number 49262, a resolution of the City of Crofton, Nebraska, authorizing the city to apply for a USDA Rural Business Development Grant Whereas the city of Crofton, Nebraska, and its citizens and businesses can benefit in the city's economic development by obtaining available business development grant assistance provided by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Rural Development Sector. Now therefore, in consideration of the foregoing recital, the mayor and city council of the city of Crofton, Nebraska hereby resolve to apply for and administer the USDA Rural Business Development Grant for up to $99,000 in grant funds and to commit up to $33,001 in matching funds and economic development consult business support from city funds to invest in the Crofton Rural Development Business Grant revolving loan fund pursuant to all program guidelines and requirements, and do further authorize Mayor Randy Osmore on behalf of the city of Crofton to sign all documents related to the city of Crofton's USDA Rural Development RBDG application, passed and approved at the April 9th, 2026 City Council meeting, Crofton, Nebraska.
You want me to explain how it works a little bit since you weren't here last year when we did this? So last year we applied for this and we would have to set up a committee, and Bobby had said that as long as she's our economic development director or whatever, she would head the committee and they would review the loan applications. And the USDA says as long as we're doing our due diligence, if somebody defaults on a loan or doesn't pay for it, then we don't have to pay the USDA back. But we would be taking collateral, charging interest, probably a low interest rate, whatever you guys would decide. And then, as long as we're doing our due diligence, we don't have to pay it back if somebody defaults on it. We did, they decided not to do the grants last year. I guess they didn't take any applications. But they're opening up a window to apply, I guess, for 3 days around the 1st of May. No, but this is just a resolution to apply for the grant. So if you guys want to do that, then I guess I'll see what's going on with that.
I'll make a resolution, or a motion to accept resolution 4/9/2016.
I will second that. Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Logstad? Waberneck?
Yes.
And Clyde Schmidt, yes. Okay. Moving on to the next item, which is Susie Hillman with the Farmers Market in the Park.
Well, I'm gonna be easy, you guys. I did not research this much yet until you guys say it's okay.
It's okay.
We would
Yep,
like
go
to,
ahead.
on Friday evenings, over here in this park, do a farmer's market, try to get a few more butts into town, make some money for the people here in the community. But we are not talking about charging people a lot of money to do it. Just if you wanted to sell you whatever you have. I think I have probably 6 or 7 people interested in doing it already. But you guys have to decide who can do it first, okay? And if you decide, I will go ahead. Kim Swatsky, we're kind of doing this is gonna be like what we're gonna do on the website, our branding. We'll do this, and as soon as you guys think it's okay, I will do all kinds of research and get something set up. And hopefully, it's something we can get done. We would like to do it by the 3rd week in June, the 3rd Friday in June. We'd like to have this done by. So I don't know if you guys would be interested, and
Will you be using the shelter?
we will not be.
Okay.
No, I don't think, Erin Phillips, I think is gonna sell drinks down here. She didn't say anything about the shelter, but I'd like to do it more towards the highway, like get people that are going to the park, more people coming that way that would, be interested in maybe some baked goods, or somebody pulls up their pickup full of sweet corn, and we are not saying, some places say you have to pay and you have to be there every week. We're not gonna do that. If you have something this week, you wanna sell it, like Taylor Arms is a good example. She sells freshies, and her dad also has a garden. I said, if Taylor wants to sell butternut squash with her freshies, we don't care. Just to get people to sell some things, I'd like to see us get at least 10 vendors. That is like the ultimate goal. And Kim Swatsky said he'd strum a little bit, have a little music while we do it. And I was just hoping you guys would be okay with me at least researching it a little bit.
Fridays?
Fridays from 5 to 7.
Go for it.
Yeah. Do we have to vote? I mean, do we just vote to let them have it?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
We just didn't, well, we weren't sure because, you know, sometimes they have T-ball over there, but they thought it wasn't on Friday nights.
I know the Little League T-ball's on Wednesday nights.
That's what they said, so I think we wouldn't mess with anybody over there. Is that, then it's okay if we go ahead and plan it?
Are there any, is there anything that's gonna be used for that on Friday nights?
I don't think so, no. No, it's
Okay.
just a use for Friday nights. They're pretty much done by then anyway.
And we'll be done, you know, by 7. If we won't, I'm sure nobody's gonna want to go much.
Motion's been made and seconded. So Kleinschmidt, yes, Augstad, and Lauderman.
Yep.
Thank you guys, we'll be having it. But all right, Keith Gaten called me before I came, and this is already on your agenda. He was wondering for Brand, the Knights of Columbus had a meeting last night, and this is just to tell you guys, he called me right before I came, that, the Knights of Columbus would like to do the breakfast for Brand, but they would like to use the gazebo. So he just told me to, and I know you're talking about Brand tonight, so he just asked me to put that to you. And otherwise, you guys, I'll be researching, and I hope I see you all at every farmer's market.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, you guys, I'm going to the concert.
Do we know of anything that's going on with the gazebo? I don't think so.
Not during the time that Brand's here, I don't have anything.
It's June 11th is when they wanted to use it.
Right, so
Okay.
that'll probably be fine as of now.
Okay, sounds good, thanks.
Yep.
Well, they might have noticed, well, not in the morning,
No.
the night before, they're gonna have some meeting.
Yeah, but I don't think right away in the morning, we'll have to check with that. Okay, next item on the agenda is our lease that we have with the county for the mixing strip on Knox Avenue.
Nobody's here.
Nobody's here. I think we need to send them a letter, a formal letter saying that it's, you know, the current one is terminated, and we'd have to renegotiate a new one.
I did get hold of him and told him
Okay.
that it's outdated.
Right, so
He was gonna get back to me, which he never did.
well, I still think we need to send them a formal letter saying that this is done.
I think we need to
Because
talk
basically, they're
about,
using it for free now.
I think we need to talk about what we wanna do with that.
Right,
Um,
but at least if we send
That's,
them,
that's that strip, you know, where they mix out there, oil. Well, the county set that up with us 20 years ago to use it to mix. Back when we were still patching our own streets, you know, we told them they could mix there if we could get some mix. Well, now they mix there, leave an eyesore. And I think, if nothing else, if they don't wanna pay us a decent amount for using that, I don't think we need to have a mixing table there.
no, I don't
I
either.
think we could break them up. They're not gonna be the pretty slots in town, but, I mean, there's already sewer and water there.
Right. But there's no reason to be letting them use it for free. We have to mow it, we have to take care of it. I mean, I think what they give, like a one-time donation of
Yeah, $200 or something.
Yeah.
Nothing.
mixing stuff. Then we had to pay for if we wanted them to apply it, so.
Yeah.
And then that has been expired since what, 2019, something like that?
2014, yeah.
2014. So they've just been using it for free since then. You know, we gotta pay
Or
the sheriff.
negotiated where they have to fix Omaha Street.
Yeah,
That Omaha Street is terrible.
right.
So if you wanna use it, you guys gotta maintain Omaha Street.
Yeah. I mean, we could, look at all options. I just don't think we need to be letting them use it for free, especially since we're paying the sheriff, what, $4,000 or $5,000 a month to come up here and enforce traffic.
Why don't you maybe send them a letter, Donna, saying that it needs to be done. When I called Kevin, they had half that sand there already. And he's like, well, I'll call him and tell him not to bring any more there. And I'm like, you already got it there, you might as well finish this side.
Well, I don't think legally we could kick them off since we didn't send them a letter by September 1st of last year. That's how it is with ag stuff anyway.
So,
So if we send them a letter now, then they'll know that, you know,
Yeah.
once they come to the negotiating table, that they won't be able to use it next year.
Or we just bill them for using it.
And no, because it's already been an agreement, and nobody ever said nothing to them before the deadline of last year, so it's kinda hard to do anything at the moment, but for next year,
It was expired.
yeah, but they've still been using it. I
They
don't,
haven't been paying us.
Right.
Really is no agreement.
no,
well, that's, let's send them a letter and ask if they want to be on the agenda for next month.
But I still think we need to send them a letter now, so we
Yeah,
don't forget.
that's what I said, send them a letter now, and then tell them that they need to be on the agenda.
So do we need to vote to send them a letter? Or do we just send them the letter?
Yeah, we just send them a letter. Can't
Okay.
act on it until we hear from them, I guess.
Okay.
What were we charging the last time? Yearly rate? or
They,
monthly, or-
it was basically, I think, a one-time donation of some cold mix.
That we had to apply ourselves.
Right, and then basically if we wanted them to apply it, it was kind of a wash. It was like $200. It was,
It's in here, I think. Well, it might not be in here.
it was at the end of it. I don't know if it's in our packet, but there's a contract in the office.
Yeah, I think just have Donna send them a letter and try to get them on the agenda for next month and come up with a game plan by then.
Okay. Moving on to Grand Biker Summer Run. I don't know if really there's anything else to talk about too much.
Bryce did mention this afternoon that they don't want bags. They don't need any more stuff to carry, so we don't need to look into that at all.
And basically what I think we have to do is Dustin and I kind of talk to them, so we got their utility needs set, their parking. We're opening the auditorium, and we just gotta get a couple dumpsters or something for garbage. So I think that's pretty much it for the city side.
And they are gonna be here June 11th, actually, 9, 10, and 11, I think. And that is the meeting night for us, so next month we should reschedule June's meeting. So think about it, what's best in June for you to reschedule.
Does anybody else have anything to add for it? I mean, okay.
Should we change the meeting back to the 8th then?
I don't know, we should probably find out the price too.
Yeah, we'll
We
wait
do
for,
it
we
next
don't,
month.
yeah, we can do it next month. So next year, we'll probably have to change the April one too, so it doesn't conflict with it every year,
Oh, yeah.
that concert. Moving on to bags for the dam race. Not for the dam race we have, but not the bikers. Every year we purchase, what is it, a carrying thing
A
for?
little two-strap. I mean, it's really not much.
Get your pictures.
It's on the back page.
Yeah.
Is this where we got them last year, do you know?
Yep, I called and asked for prices, and we got 500 of them last year for the dam race.
Did we put anything specific on best damn race by a river or something like that?
Yeah, there should be a slogan on
Yeah,
them.
did anybody see it? I don't remember.
So what do they put in these baggies? Is it,
I think something about best damn town by a river or something like
Yeah.
that.
so
By a
what do they
dam
put,
site.
what do they put in
Best
them?
little town by
Like
a
what-
dam site.
Get them the baggies, but what do they?
Oh, maybe a koozie and a couple Crofton pamphlets.
But that's not, that stuff's not from the city though.
No.
That's from other
It's-
people.
Yeah.
The city was just buying the bags the last couple of years, all the same.
Okay.
And then they find things.
No, they were using.
Yeah. So usually it's got some sort of a slogan on to promote the town. Things that I don't know too much about.
I'm pretty sure House of Brands had one, I found out if that's where we got it from before.
Yeah, yeah.
So it would just be doing the same thing that we've been doing.
Yeah.
500 of them. How many did you say?
Did we
Yeah.
put a year on them?
I don't know if they
I
are
don't, I think if we did, then we won't be able to use them next year, so if we don't use, usually you get about 200, I think there was 285, 280. Anybody remember last year? How many riders there was? I think there was around 220 to 260.
Are we still gonna be able to get them printed if we buy them next month?
Oh, yeah.
When's the dam break?
So if we tabled it till next month and figured out what design we used and how many we needed to order.
I haven't done it too. They'll have it on file.
Oh, okay.
I just,
Yeah, she said last year black bags were white print, but we could pick another color if we want.
Okay.
And then I did send you the pictures of the bags in your packet.
We could.
yeah, I would rather try to see.
I don't know.
They've got a green color with it.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
it's called burgundy, but
Yeah,
it's.
that's
colored.
true. Did we just purchase the same amount that we did last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no extra in the office, are there?
I've never seen them.
I think
They
so.
don't
I
have
think
to come-
Marsh probably gets them.
Yeah, they don't come to the office.
Sorry, we're all pretty new here, so we're still learning about what's going on with some of this stuff.
Dustin's seen them.
I've seen them the last 3 years. I don't know.
I probably have, but what they look like, I couldn't, I don't remember.
They're just too
We'll
strange.
just purchase the same quantity as last year.
Yeah, I think change the color of the room, keep the same.
And make sure the slogan, do you want the ear on them or not?
No.
No ear, so just the slogan.
That way,
Yeah.
yeah, that way we can use them.
Yeah.
I'll contact her and find out what was on it last year. We need a vote for that.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to buy 500 of them.
Motion's been made and seconded, Kleinschmidt, Hogstad, Wapnick.
I guess.
Okay, next we've got building permits.
Did you bring them?
Yeah, they've got them. Oh, we got them. Okay, here we go.
One is Dee and Amy Johnson, which live out 121 turns left, the right, it's a farm place up. It's not a farm place, it's like on the east side of the road. There's a farm place on the left. So they just want to put a lean-to on their machine shed, which is in the middle of the property, and it's like,
That was that main two on there.
Half a mile out of town, half a mile north. Is that where it's at?
D.
Yeah.
Johnson, D. and Amy Johnson.
Where Burbacks live out west of town,
Oh, yeah.
they're on the east side of the road.
they're the last one in our jurisdiction, so. That's that one, Great Plains didn't sign off on it yet, but I don't think there's any Great Plains stuff in there, so. Otherwise, it complies with all our requirements. And I would sign that one. They want to put a concrete parking lot space west of the clinic building, the very clinic building. And they can do that as part of that property. And where they want to put the concrete's fine. We're working on approach because it would be off Main Street and then redo the sidewalk. There's a couple of lot shut-off tracks out. I want to make sure that, you don't destroy those or replace them or whatever needs to be done. But other than that, it's in compliance with the ordinances for downtown commercial. And so they're gonna probably have about, I'd say maybe 10 at the most diagonal parking spots. You're going up Main, you diagonal to the building, back out, and then you go out the alley. That's the plan. And they own everything to the alley, so that was fun. And I think it'd be good, instead of grass.
Right.
And I already signed that one off. And everybody signed off on it. And I let them know to get a hold of you guys. When they start doing, when they start doing demo. There's only 3. So the last one is the Crofton Elementary School, which is a big project. It's a tough project. It's not easy for the engineers and architects either, because there's a lot going on up there. So, in order for them to get, so everybody signed off on it, but they're all working with Scott Johnson from the engineering company. What is it, Hassman? And we're only working on one little thing now, and that's the transformer that they want to put on Fifth Street. Corey from Cedar Knox County is a little concerned about it, but they still have to get the electrical engineer to come in and certify everything, so it may change. Then we're gonna put a storage tank underground on the north side of the school for the water suppression, because you can't get enough pressure, enough volume. There's nowhere else to tap into, so they're probably gonna move that to the east side of the school, above ground in an accordion. So I'm okay with all this because these guys are all working together. They all signed off on it, but there's little things that they're negotiating. The one question I would have is, I made you some copies, I'll give you some copies. So you guys just have a little idea what's going on up there. So this is a picture of so this is elementary school. This is the transformer at the high school right now. It's behind the high school on the north side. So it's going to be similar to that size. The same kind of setup. So they want to do that on the west side of the school between the building and the sidewalk. And I went and measured it the best I could. It looks like it's pretty much the same. Though this isn't on the main street, it's on a driveway around the back. So they're still working out whether they're going to do that or not, because it may change depending on where the power comes in. So they got a lot of electrical things they're still working out.
So they currently have a transformer up there now, I'm trying to think.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't even see this till it came up to the cord. But I went and measured the high school, this is what it looks like.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the back.
Okay.
So they're gonna do the same thing. This is 6 foot from the school, and that's what they plan on doing. And then this is like, I think 4.5 feet, and then the doors have to swing open, they're 32 inches or 36 inches. And then within those poles.
Okay.
So at the school, it would basically be very similar. Is, the school, the transformer, opening up the doors, the poles, but you'd only have about 6 or 8 inches from the edge of the sidewalk. I don't know.
When you first said transformer, I was thinking 2 big power poles and a great big transformer.
Oh, so it looks like, it's one of those.
Okay.
So that's a 300 kVA, that's maybe up there.
Okay.
But I think it might change yet. So I told the superintendent, Scott, I said, let me check with the city council, which I wanted to research first. Me, I'm comfortable with it. It's, you really want it at the front of the school, but they're everywhere nowadays, those electrical things. So I would have a problem. That was the only question I had for the council. Other than that, I can sign off on it and it's ready to go. Now, it did require a couple of variances. So in our ordinances, the setback on the setbacks on Iowa Street are required to be 25 feet from the property line. And right now, they say it's gonna be between 23 and 24. So that would be one variance, that it's not 25, but it's like 23 or 24. Second variance, part of the variance would be, is it's supposed to be 25 feet from the property line on this street, the west side. The current school's probably about 20. We were thinking 10, but it's basically gonna be even with the current school. So it's not gonna be set any closer to the street. And then the third part of it would be is total coverage of the entire lot would be 42% instead of 35%, which is our ordinance. And then the final one would be when you have an educational building use, you have to have a certain amount of parking spaces on the premises. And based on what our ordinances say, there's enough around the south and around the shop. Nobody parks there. It complies. But they need one handicap. So we have to have a variance that we wouldn't have to have a handicap parking on the premises. And I would say, if you allow that variance, it should be required. But you can't put it in the back. So, on the variance, we have the setback on Iowa Street, 1 foot less, regular ones. The setback on Fifth Street, which would be approximately whatever the building is, line now. And lot coverage, so it would be 42% instead of 35% of the whole lot is covered by buildings, which is not covered in commercial properties. And then the handicap parking being on the street. That would be variance. So what we want to do is, we would be approving the building permit in conjunction with approving the variance. And then they can start doing things. Like the people are going to school, the same people just get Randolph, Ridge, that's the same as so. So what we want to do is approve it based on, unless you guys don't want it, based on that all utilities are okay. And they're working.
So it's transformer and poles are not on the sidewalk.
No. No, that's what we thought at first. But
It's not gonna make something non-ADA accessible.
no.
It's out of the road.
It may be up almost close to the edge of the sidewalk, but it won't be. And that's the actual like 7 feet from the Now, if you didn't want it there, I was going to do it. If you didn't want it there, we said, you got to move it. The problem was because they probably moved it.
North side, or we move to the west side?
We found out this, we had to transfer to the north side, where it's 25. I don't think it really needs, that's the powers that come in right up Iowa.
I don't think one of the roads is that high.
This is second, this is
Oh,
additional.
additional, okay.
Another additional 300 feet.
I think we could do it as long as
Yeah, well, like the one at school, high school, full home. So our recommendation is we approve it as is, and we're gonna stay in touch with our utilities in here.
I'll make a motion that we approve it, to approve the Crofton schools building with the said
Motion's been made and seconded. Heinzman. Yes. Armstead. And Wagner.
Yes.
Okay. About the other two?
Or the number 26, so, 2607 or 26.
Okay.
Is that one?
Yeah. We're gonna go first. Okay. Wagner.
Yes.
Heinzman. Bogstaff. Okay. We got one left. 2607. Motion's been made and seconded. Bogstaff. Waterden.
Yes.
Heinzman. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Tom.
Good.
The next item is the pool bathhouse contractors contracts. So basically, Carter has, our city attorney has given the okay with the contract, so we're moving forward on that. They have the first draft done for everything, and at on April 15th, they'll have 85% of it, the design complete. By April 21st at 8 o'clock, they will have everything complete at 100%. And then the bid notice would get sent to the paper by 10 a.m. on Tuesday morning. So that would be the 22nd. And then we would have to leave it run in the paper, the bids run in the paper for 7 days. And then we could have a special meeting to open them on like the 29th of April. So that's the update on that. Everything's moving along.
Well, we've got to vote on that. Don't you need something signed for that?
We already approved it as long as, as long as the city attorney okayed it, but we could make another one if you want. To sign the contract.
He needed you to.
We needed it signed. We approved it when we had that special meeting to sign it after the city attorney looked at it and gave his
Okay. All right.
blessings. And he did, so,
I need to sign it.
yep, and they can move forward.
Sounds good to me.
We're still on track to hopefully start construction first of May. Anybody else has anything they want to add
On
on?
the pool, Bryce told me the pad will be done the 18th, I believe.
April?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll get that line up to get picked up that week.
Once it's done, I think we can pay them. And hopefully that'll be here for the first of May, whenever somebody wants to start on the pool.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay. So everything's moving along good with that?
Finally, you're up.
Nobody has anything else to add? Next is citywide cleanup. Mr. Sane.
Well, it's whatever you guys want to do. I thought it was good last year.
Okay. You'd be willing to do it again?
Yeah. Donna, you remember how many loads I took over? I have 12 trips, but I don't have my tickets.
I should have looked.
It was 12 trips, that's all I know. And my plan is, this year if I do it, I'll just use my big garbage truck. Because each trailer, at the time I did it with my 14-footer, and that's approximately 10 yards. And a garbage truck, my garbage truck is 25 yards. So, but that don't alleviate our diesel prices right now. I was under $3 last time. Now I'm pushing $5 now. So, I guess I think next year, or this year, I think I have to charge a little more than what I did last year. So it ain't like I was, last year was the first time in a long time that we had it. I think the town benefited from it. I don't think we want to eliminate it,
No, we don't. I wouldn't want to do
And
that
every
either.
year it should go down though. There shouldn't be.
Yeah, you would think.
Should.
Don't you think it'd be better if you divided the city in half, so you wouldn't have to go over the same street every day during the week?
I think we're gonna make it,
I don't,
we're gonna make it a little shorter, aren't we?
Yeah.
the time wise,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Cause you said the kids get out on Monday.
Well, that's, I was looking at calendar. When do you guys think you want to do it?
About the same time frame, I would think.
Last year was a week, I looked at the week after graduation.
Okay.
And which worked pretty good because a lot of people have their ceremonies in town and they have a big run of trash. Well, of course, you're only allowed the two, your two parts. So whoever those graduates were in town, they benefited quite a bit from having that cleanup after graduation. And on a selfish note, my son will be graduated, then I got help. Last year I did it all by myself. So, and it actually hits me better with my route schedule too, because every other week, Thursday is a shorter route than, like this week, I didn't get done until 3 o'clock. So Wednesdays and Thursdays, Wednesday and every other Thursday, it's 7 in the morning until probably 6 at night. Where that second Thursday is I'm done by like 3 or 4 pickups, I'm done by like 11. So it'll work better. And it's what Dave mentioned, the town's small enough, that wasn't a big deal. You could go around once, hit every street, and Donna, there's a lot of people who called Donna and said, I got this, I got that. You could cruise around town once and then come back around noon. But then at night, I'd go around at about 6. And then people get off work and start laying stuff out. So by Thursday, it was pretty much down to nothing but scrap iron and stuff that I saved for the end of the week for the iron pickers to grab. Which this year I'll be pulling behind, and cause I got my scrap license, so I'll be picking up the iron as I go. I'm not going to run other iron people out, but I'll just be more, what do you want to say, on top of making sure it's loaded right away. Well, I don't know what's fair for a week of pickup, I guess that's what we gotta come up with. Are we gonna do it like last year, you guys paid the tonnage, which jumped up pretty significant from last year? Last year, I think you paid 70.
What do you want us to do?
You tell us.
Well, we all benefit from this, so it ain't like it's, last year was 70, I think it was right at 71.50 a ton, and now it's 85 a ton, I think. So plus looking at diesel, 2 of us will be working all week on it, so I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, 8,000, 20,000, million. I mean, I would take the million and I'd donate some back. $1,200 is what the city wrote a check to me, and I covered everything.
Okay, so you paid to have it disposed.
It went on my account, and then I turned it in Donna, and she reimbursed me. And I think I said I was gonna do it for $25 a trip, and I think the city ended up paying me $50 a trip. So, but, according to this, if I use my big truck and you go by yards, that would only be like 3 trips. So that's $75. I don't know if I'm gonna do it for that. I'll pass. So,
$200 trip plus whatever everybody's. If you want more.
I'll just turn my tickets in like we did last year, I think is the best way. That way Donna can keep that on record. And I think it's something we need to monitor a little bit, because as you go every year, then you kind of know
Where you're at.
yeah, be a good little study to see if if hoarders are taking advantage of this or hoarding more. I think we got a month between Yankton's and ours, so those hoarders, if they bring it over, they got a month to decide they don't need it and get it, then I'll take it back over. But I don't know, $200 a trip, I don't care about that, I guess.
That's nothing though.
I know it's kind of hard, like I said, it's kind of hard to tell, and it really depends on how busy I am. You know, I just, this gig is so streaky, you know. There's two of us, so I can crank them out, we can crank them out pretty fast. I mean, he can hop the back, you know, and I don't have to get out, that'll be better. But, yeah, $300, I mean, that's fine with me.
How about we shoot in the $250?
That's fine. Okay.
$250 a trip, I need a motion.
Yeah, what-
The only day I won't be, will be Wednesday.
What we have this,
Oh, you mean the week? Yeah, that's another, I'd rather go the week after graduation, that way I can.
So when's graduation this year?
Is it the 9th? That's what I was looking at.
yeah,
Is it the 9th?
yeah, it's that week.
So we got a motion.
I think that's last thing. And then graduation's at
I think graduation is the 9th. Yeah, so if we go 11th through the 15th,
Yes, okay, that's right, yep.
You're thinking, how many trips would you have made with your truck last year?
12.
12 with your trailer, but then your
Yeah.
truck holds.
I calculated out, you know, and a lot of it's, yeah, I gotta kind of back off a little bit. It's really gonna depend on the contents too, you know. If it's something I think's gonna start tearing my truck up, I'll go back and get my trailer and do that. But I mean, back in the day, I remember we used to crunch stoves and refrigerators and everything else in there, so I can't imagine it's gonna be an issue. You know, especially if I'm separating iron and taking that, if we, 6, 7 trips, I would think would get it. And let's hope it takes 6, 7 trips, because that means crap is getting out of town,
Yeah.
you know? I didn't give you a form, I don't know if you need me to type something up for you. Just some items that we can't take, you know, is the concrete railroad ties. Paint is a bad one. So if they have paint, it'd be nice if you get something to paper soon and pop the lids and get it solid before. I can take it once it's solid, but I can't take it in liquid form. And then, believe it or not, I know this shocks you, but one person, they just threw their loose trash out on the curb.
Their household trash?
Yeah, it was raining out, of course it was raining, and they had some boxes, but they threw one box out and then just kept throwing stuff on top of it. Well, of course, what happens when you pick a wet box up, so I guess I got a note here, no loose trash. I mean, that's kind of, for some of us, most of us, majority, 98.9% of it's common sense, but there is that.
There's that 1%.
And then, I'll take batteries and tires for $10 a piece. But I need paid at the curb. I'm not gonna put that on you, Donna.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about collecting that. So if they have a stack of tires, they know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's $60, and they have to pay for it before I take it, so.
Okay.
But I can take it.
Okay, so what was the date, May what?
11th to the 15th, if you want to do
Yeah.
the whole week.
Yeah,
Well, I think we should do the whole week, because if you don't get home till 6 or 7.
Yeah.
the majority of it was picked up Monday. Because people, you know, they had that weekend before, and they, you know, the people that really wanted to get rid of the junk, they had stuff out there.
I make a motion that we have citywide cleanup, 11th to the 15th of May.
Do we have to talk about hiring, or does that have to be in the motion too, or just have the citywide cleanup?
No, it can be made the same one, I think. So that we hire Singer to do the citywide cleanup at $250 a load, plus the,
Tonnage?
yeah, the tonnage.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Kleinschmidt, Kip, Ogstad, and Walker.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we move on to media manager.
Yeah, we'll talk about closed session.
Yep. Okay. Next item is the dog pickup signs and bag dispenser.
Can we, look at go down for maintenance? And then get the ballpark and get out of here?
Yeah, good idea.
Donna, on that tire thing, you made a great point, up to a 20-inch tire. No tractor tires, payloader tires, up to a 20-inch tire. No,
Yeah, $10 won't cover one.
oh, no, I don't have a home for those.
Okay, next up is fencing at the north part of the Duval fields.
Yeah, I'm here, Ben just left too, so.
Okay.
It was kind of supposed to be removable, I think, if I remember, but if stuff's already bought, that would be stupid to say no.
Yeah, I don't know still 100% what Lonnie Tramp has, but, you know, like, the first time that I came in a couple years ago, we started talking about this. Just to be completely transparent and honest, I'm pretty sure that was the stipulation, that, you know, the park needed to remain, you know, like, open. So, yeah, I mean, in the end, like, if at that field, we don't have a chain link fence or something like that, there's options that we could use and kind of explore to, you know, to have something there, but, you know, just to keep it maybe seasonal, or just to keep it like, you know, game by game, or.
Well, I
you know
talked
what
to Lonnie about it. He said that removable fence, like we had mentioned to begin with, they must have borrowed Yankton's one year or something.
Yeah, we have, yep.
That fence, he said, is astronomical. It's, you know, probably 4 times what you already got for fencing there. I think what Lonnie's got, did you talk to him about it too?
Well, I know where it's at, I guess.
Just chain link and post and regular stuff.
Yep.
And it, like I say, we're not gonna tell somebody to get rid of that stuff. It was a mishap, so I think put it in, and if we gotta roll it up or something after, I don't know why we'd have to roll it up.
What events happen in that park that it would
Yeah.
interfere with, really? That's just kind of a big open space next to the
That
playground.
don't cut through none of the frisbee golf or anything like that? Cut through
Frisbee
the-
golf holes get moved.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, great, yeah. Awesome.
Ready to make a motion for that?
Yep.
Make a motion that we let the baseball committee install their fence. It's on the Littler Field, right?
Yep.
The Littler City Park.
Motion's been made and seconded. Ogstad,
Yes.
Waterton,
Yes.
and Kleinschmidt, yes. Okay. Moving on to the JEO pool contract review and discussion. The city attorney's drafted up a termination letter for it, if that's the route you wanna take. I mean, I don't see what we're gonna get out of that pool design anymore from it. I just don't
I make a motion
see
that
any
we,
reason, okay.
accept the letter from Mr. Curtis and,
Or Mr. Scott.
yeah, Mr. Scott, sorry. Yeah. I gotta go. To terminate JEO and their pool contract.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Waterton,
Yes.
Kleinschmidt.
Yes.
And Ogstad. Okay. Next up, we have street improvement costs. I don't know what you guys wanna do for streets. I sent an email out about some possible options, but if anybody has any streets they wanna prioritize, what we could do is we could, get a plan going and send it out to bid, and then we could open the bids on April 29th, whenever we have that special meeting for the pool. I don't know what you guys wanna do, so, notes here. So what streets would you guys like to have done? Okay. Right, so that's our number one priority would be Iowa Street. Would you wanna do a patching or full reclamation? Well, the guys I talked to, I had two people that wouldn't give us an estimate on patching it. So, I agree. Okay, so the first priority is Iowa Street. Over here, you heard anything from Cadence?
I was gonna call him today and at 5 o'clock already, my daughter.
Because I was kind of talking to him too about it, maybe pitching in for some concrete over here, and then we would finish the whole street.
I got a hold of Cadence in, Albion. And I asked for the store manager or the owner or whatever, you know, the big shot, and they give me to this Ben kid. And he's the general administrator for all the Cadence. There's two of his uncles that are actually, that own all of the locations. So he said he was gonna give them my info and have them call me. Well, I haven't heard from him yet. But my first thing with them is going to be over here to try to get them to do at least half of that street, or half of the pad in front of their business.
Right. I don't wanna do a reclamation on the street,
No.
because it's gonna get tore up right
Yeah.
away.
And
We would
then,
have to put concrete at least in front of their shop in the alley, and then maybe the rest looks pretty good, it could probably just be chip sealed.
right, so something's gotta get done there, and then over here on this other Cadence lot, there needs to be a 6-foot or 4-foot at least pad run along there too, so if we do redo that street, the driving on and off there doesn't start ripping up the street.
Right. Because if you look at it now, I mean, from them pulling out, it just keeps breaking off a little more at a time. And it's kind of beyond patching at that one.
So I got that set of my reminders for 8 o'clock in the morning, call it again.
Okay. Are you guys good with chip sealing, just chip sealing and patching the block on the north side of the elementary school on Iowa Street? 'Cause I think that one looks pretty good, that wide one.
Yeah, that's in the block.
Okay. And then 6th Street, full reclamation with that. Is that a priority for you? Guys,
Yeah,
to
definitely.
do that while we're there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we need maybe some curb and gutter too there.
Right, but that'd be a,
Is that property owner?
yeah, property owner question. Because right now, I guess there's a city ordinance that says if you want curb and gutter, then the property owner has to pay for it. But yeah, it'd be nice to have some curb cut there. So that'd be your number one priority. So when we ask for bids, we'll do a base bid of Iowa Street and 6th Street, see where that comes out. And then from there, you've got budget left over. What would be the next priority for you?
6th Street on the west side of St. Rose Hall there is coming apart pretty bad.
Right, that's what we were just talking about, so that would be on here. So,
With Iowa Street, you're
Yep.
talking about?
Iowa Street and then 6th Street.
Yeah, do both those at the same time.
And then for the Alex Gunther land sale money, that's restricted to businesses, so what I was thinking was chip seal, and they got the tar, whatever, they put it in the wide cracks and fix up all these streets around the businesses there. what do you wanna do with that street? What is it, Kansas Street? By Caton's lot, do you wanna keep talking to Caton's about it? Do you wanna plan for a full reclamation of that? Cause that one would probably need a full reclamation. Do you just wanna
Well-
patch it for now?
That's a tough one, because
Yeah, on the west side of the, cause I don't really wanna do a full reclamation.
if we can get them to concrete, then we can do a full reclamation.
Yeah.
But if we can't get them to do concrete,
What do I tell should I just, when people are putting bids in, should I just tell them to have that as an option?
tell them to bid it both ways.
Okay.
That way we got a number we can tie it up both ways, and we know what to do with, when we do decide what.
Okay, and then for Main Street, they said that most of it can be patched and chip sealed, except for that, it's about a block between the bridge that goes up that hill to Fifth Street. They recommended full reclamation of that block, because there's ruts in the road, there's actually no pavement in a couple spots.
You mean Second Street?
No, Main,
East-west,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you're right. Yeah.
going up the hill that,
Oh.
from the bridge up to the top of the hill.
yeah,
By the
Yeah.
Congregational Church there.
yeah,
From the church heading down the
So
hill.
just do a reclamation area.
on that one block, and then the rest of it they thought could be chip sealed and patched. Do you wanna have the road, on the west side of the lumberyard and the Argo in there to fix too, with the reclamation? Wanna try to patch it? I don't know
I
how.
don't think it was that bad. I think when he did all, Dustin did all that, with that new machine,
Yeah.
I think that turned out pretty good, and I don't think there's a lot of traffic on that street.
Think so either.
So I think that would be just a patching,
Okay.
if you wanted to chip seal it. Is
Right.
that included since Argo's there and then over there?
That it would be included in that, we could use the Alex Gunther
I would
sale for
just
that.
chip seal that.
Okay, just
That
chip
would-
seal that one, and then, do you, so bid both ways on Kansas Street? Okay. So then we would basically chip seal the rest of Third all the way down to Main. Okay, do you want that, so I know Jason and I have talked about the road down to the softball field. Do you wanna, that would need a full reclamation,
Well, that one's traveled a lot.
and it's down to about a
And
one.
that's a terrible looking street.
Isn't it,
Right.
really got these
All these people
Yes.
coming in town
And
going
it
on.
does look terrible.
So would you prioritize that over Third Street chip sealing and patching, or would you want this done over that? In case we start running out of budget, the money. Which one would you, cause I gotta ask them, like, what do you want?
$3,000, $2,000,
Yeah.
$25,000.
Yeah, so it's, what did I say it was, about 3 blocks?
Yeah.
2.some blocks?
In that,
Yeah, I can't find it, too, not used to doing these meetings yet.
just on the limit, they work on there.
You're doing a great job. So from the top of the hill there, all the way down to the softball field, that's probably just 3 blocks.
Yeah.
You got the first, you got the, around the curve.
Yeah.
Be nice if they could widen it out a little bit.
Yeah, we'll go down there and take a measurement of how wide we want them to make it.
You've got like ruts about that deep.
Yeah, and the right, it's down to 1 lane, I think, in a couple of spots.
I would say that.
I think that way too, I think make that one more of a priority.
Okay. So Iowa Street, businesses, and then that. Okay.
And 6th Street.
And 6, Iowa 6. Okay, so basically, what we were thinking for streets was, these, like right now, our streets are armor code streets, they're not asphalt. So what a lot of people say are too far gone to replace, and a lot of contractors would need to give us an estimate to try to fix them. So what they do is they come in with a big mill, and they grind up the whole street, re-crown it, and then they add chemicals and bag cement and make a hard base, and then they go double chip seal over the top of it. And that's what a lot of rural communities, like Yankton County does it quite a bit. Like Deer Boulevard, they just did that last year, where they did this, and it's probably be roughly $25,000 a block to do that versus what was it, 200-300 for asphalt? Yeah, that's what, wasn't it, Lou? Wasn't it like $10 a square foot for asphalt? That's, well, it doesn't matter, it's significantly cost saving, and this is how a lot of rural communities, a lot of the residential areas at Yankton are. They do the same thing. It works, and it worked here until we stopped maintaining it. So basically, this plan would do all of Iowa, 6th Street, 2nd Street here, starting here to past Waltz, is that where that ends? All of Main Street, all of Kansas Street, and 3rd Street from the highway to Main. That's about 30 blocks of street, which is roughly a third of the town. And we believe that we can get this all done with our budget. Yeah.
It's fine though.
If that's what you guys wanna do, if anybody's got any other streets they'd rather do first, any other ideas for them?
Make a motion to move forward with Randy's plan.
Okay, so we're gonna put it out to bid, and bids will be due, what are we gonna set? Do we need to set our special meeting for the pool and that, cause there's gotta be a deadline on these.
Well, it would be the, what, 29th?
Yeah, this is what Bryce had thought.
So, what day is that, Wednesday?
So, deadline for these would be 4 o'clock.
Friday.
Sorry, before, well, we gotta let it run in the paper for so long, so it's gotta be good.
Or 4 o'clock that afternoon.
Yeah, today.
What day is that?
It is a Wednesday. This is the last, it's about 20 minutes, 30 days.
Yeah, put it in paper till that day at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay, Line Switch. Yes. Oxted.
Yes.
And Blomstead.
Yes.
Okay. Walter House update. I got it tore down and sitting in a pile.
The cats are still looking for it.
Cats are still
Maybe next week, if not next week, the weekend. Like I said, my bills start off at the end of the week. Then we'll do what he says.
Yeah. And then do we need a bill from him before we can put a lien on that property? Or can we do it? No, he hasn't submitted his bill because he's not done. We approved doing it, accepting it.
It was a DPE&K, they dug
Yeah, he dug a hole, 250, dug any hole.
And then Tim Arms replaced, well, yeah, he replaced, on 4th Street. Tim
Fire
Arms.
hydrant and the water service.
He's gotta get it done, get paid. But I don't know if we can put a lien on that now, or if we have to,
You have to have a bill.
but we need to get it done, bill sent by next week. So those guys don't try to
It
sell
should,
the line.
right.
But okay,
I just talked to him about 4:30. Is that okay?
they don't do that now. Was it 4,800?
35.
3,500. 3,500. Moving on to animal permits. Anything to say about it, maybe?
I think we're gonna have you look at all the code and also the zoning, there's no really, they don't define really nothing. So I think you're gonna have a meeting to sit down and come up with a real plan.
I think planning and zoning is gonna look into it.
I talked a little bit with Dave, we just talked about, what do we want to do with general.
Okay.
So let's say non-domestic animals, we'll call it, other than we can't have exotic animals in it. But, say like cow or whatever, would be, you'd have to comply with the ordinances already, which means to have like one pig, you have to
Right.
have an acre. And you can't just have an acre and put it in a pen.
Right.
It has to be, so there are some ordinances for that. And what they thought is, if we do that, it would just be once a year. Like everybody have to apply in January, and reapply every year.
Have the whole month to apply with the permit.
Right, so
All
then,
in January.
then in January, it's like we
Well, what if
can,
somebody gets some extra cow or something, they wanna put it in their pasture, would they be able to apply for it in May or
Yeah.
only in January?
They apply for it then, but it'll end in January the next year.
Okay.
it's not throwaway.
I just wanna make sure I thought you said that we were only allowing people to apply in January. so-
Well,
No.
we're hoping mostly it'll be to reapply.
Okay. Okay,
And you know, a lot of people don't get stuff in the middle of the winter.
right. Well, I'm just making sure that they could only, or making sure that they weren't only allowed to apply, they could apply all year.
So that's what we're thinking about. And also, you know, we talked a little bit about enforcing the cases. He's fine going out and talking to people to enforce
Right.
versus writing them a letter. And I think, you know, there's also a scenario, it's worked so far, but they say, yeah, we'll apply, and we don't. So I'll have to have a process for that. Kind of like when we did planning and zoning, send some letters, so if anything ever happened legally down the road, you at least have that record of sending a letter. But yeah, there'll have to be, we'll probably have to put some guidelines together, these are the ordinances, how many, what we can and can't do, that sort of thing, so. I think Dave's got a good handle, we'll just keep tinkering on it and see what we come up with. That's the main thing, we figure once a year reapply, they'll do it then, and if you get cut over, that's fine.
I see my neighbor's chickens are in a fence now. My neighbor's chickens are in a fence now.
Saw one out the other day.
You know, one way to do it is to say, if you reapply, it's $10. If you apply in the middle of the year, it might be $50.
Right.
The biggest problem is it don't specify how many animals, or how many chickens, or ducks, or nothing.
And you know, how we need to be enclosed.
Right, it's really big.
Sounds good, so that's being looked into. Next we have planning and zoning.
So
We
there's,
go back to the,
Oh,
wait, to
well,
the
these,
dog.
we're doing that maintenance, aren't we?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
well, the final rezoning we did in the downtown section, basically we just rezoned it to what we're using it for now, so we would comply with whatever zoning. So now we're going to try to get somebody to make a new zoning map of all this stuff we changed. And 5 rules said they could probably do it based on what I told them. But I'm gonna send, I hope they were here last night, so I'm gonna mail them some information. And then I'd like them to give us a price of what they're gonna do.
You're gonna apply for a grant, I think, really, instead of mentioning.
Now, the other thing they're doing, working on is a comprehensive plan.
Yeah.
So they, you know, that's kind of in conjunction with it, more or less. It should be. And they asked me to look at it, and I'm not gonna review the whole plan, there's a few things in there, like we talked about 8-foot blue rubber, which is definitely one thing. But there's like 3 maps where we think future, it's more of a housing study. So we're gonna get called about 3 maps in there that shows future housing, where it's gonna be, the biggest gas. I mean, I kind of have it. There's only limited places. So we'll work with them. And then we ask them to give you a price, what they would charge us to make the new building. It's gotta be something that's we own, not that they make and then we get a copy.
Right.
So that if we ever, they didn't do it, we could give it to someone else to change. more of the key is to be able to keep it updated. But when we do that, we'll get the map, and then we'll have to have, I think, it might be 2 public hearings, us and then you guys to adopt it. And then we have to adopt it. The same way with the comprehensive plan, we have to have a public hearing, the plan is on first to adopt it, and then you guys have to adopt it. So, who's gonna work with them on the maps, and then from that beyond all the other calculations, they got from other sources, so I could be making comments on that. It's gonna be in conjunction. Now, the other thing we did is, we talked about shipping containers, and we decided we're gonna process those as accessory buildings. So you wouldn't be able to have them in any residential properties, only on commercial. And it would have to be like an accessory building, you have to be behind the building, same setbacks, you know, size restrictions, that sort of thing. We would make their own size restrictions for these storage containers. We feel pretty good about that. I talked to Knox County, and they're going through the same thing right now. What they do is they require them to comply with the accessory building. And they have to get I think they were going to decide whether they're going to do a conditional use permit or a building permit. But they don't allow them on the lake. It's all, it's ag sort of thing. So we're pretty close to what they're doing. Only, we have more districts than they do. We just have ag, commercial, and residential. So we're in line with that. Anything in the city limits would require a permit, a building permit, for it to have to be commercial, and it has size restrictions of 22 feet and heights and widths. And that seems to be pretty consistent with what they were doing. If a farmer in our extraterritorial jurisdiction wanted a 40-footer, then you have to ask for I think we decided it's going to be it'll probably be a variance or a conditional use permit. And then, so you take it on a case by case basis. So saying that, we're just going to move forward, and that's how we're going to process it. So the wants one, can't be residential, it's got to comply with accessory buildings, and process the building permit. Make sure they have the setbacks and all that stuff. Now, to bring that up, then we have the baseball association that wants to put one out in the park. And they'd like to. They call me. And where the old bleachers are way back in that northwest corner of the trees, they'd like to put one. So, over the last years, we've planning and zoning in the city, we said, well, the city doesn't need to get a building permit to build on their property, because you're going to give yourself a permit anyway. And we would just assume that they would have planning and zoning look at it to be compliant. So we talked about it at the planning and zoning meeting, is, if you say they can have one, then the baseball association can have one. But I think that's the only two associations that use
What do they plan on putting in?
20 footer.
No, what are they gonna put in?
They wanted to put that new grading field maintaining machine in it.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff they need to winterize, just over the
So
winter.
that's the one on north corner.
Yes.
Softball, especially not the baseball. Okay, I thought we were talking about baseball, sorry.
Yeah, well, no baseball has for them.
Okay.
Some of the softball has them.
Yeah.
In baseball, I think they would probably put it behind the trees.
Right.
I don't think they'd put it there. So we kicked it around, and I kind of came to the thought is, you guys can say yes or no. But you might, maybe with, yes, you can, but you have to get it, you have to go through, maybe just go through a building permit. Just so we know the setbacks are there, what they're using, and that sort of thing, other than somebody just putting one in there. And I think we go with one per park. One at the South Park, one at the baseball park, and all of them. And that's the only two allowed on city property, unless, that's the ones.
I could use 10 of them.
Yes. Well, maybe we should say only one allowed, you know, for the softball association, one allowed for the baseball association. That covers it. So we didn't really, we just want a whole bunch of them around.
Right.
But if you just say one softball, one at the baseball, I think that brings that. And I think we'll just tell them they have to do a building permit.
Okay.
Just in case they ever want to do something else, they don't think they would.
Right.
One at the baseball field will be hidden.
Yes.
Where's the old bleachers? Was that?
You know where the concession stand is?
Yeah.
Right up to the cedar trees and the football field,
Yeah.
and right up over to, I don't know the names of that property.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah, back in that corner.
but I told him, I said, you might have to, you're gonna have to back it off a little bit. He said, that's fine. You know, don't put right into this fence. But then again, you know, sometimes it's better because then you don't have weeds between storage container and fence. In that case, I think it'd be good if we get a building permit and tell them that get a variance signed by. You know, in case like that, even if the baseball wanted to put it right up against Phillips' fence, the variance signed by the property. So, I bring it up that we're gonna process these storage units like an accessory building. It just came up about what do we do on city property when somebody else is using it. So I think the other thing we have to say is, once you put it in there, it's city property. Just like any accessory building. And we own it. Then if we wanna get rid of it, we get rid of it. I will, I don't know if we wanna charge them for the building permit.
Everybody should pay for one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's only $40. Okay.
The one at the softball field, I would either like that one to be, that's gotta be clean.
Yeah, well,
And then-
it's a building permit, so you guys are.
Rock bed around it or something.
Yeah, and then that one I would say, since it's gonna be able to seen by public, they should paint it up with something
I
on
think
it.
he said we can get a charge. So theirs, we process building permit, baseball diamond also, process of the building permit, meaning I'll go through the setbacks and everything with it, and make sure they're not putting on utilities. And then you guys will approve it. But I'll let them know it's really one per, you only get one of them. Okay, so was that the rezoning? And that's it?
Alright. Have any more comments on that?
I don't know. Like I said, I think if you're gonna put one of them storage containers in, it should be, have some kind of edging around it, so you don't have to weed around it all the time, or.
I'd like to see ones on city property be on concrete pads.
I think so too, keep animal, whatever, digging underneath the bed. Yeah. Then you're starting to think it now costs as much as you
I know,
know,
it's a
it's
problem.
utility buildings.
Well, I think of it this way, it's on city property, you guys can pretty much put whatever conditions you want on it.
It would be nice too if it was the same color as, what do they have for steel roofing or whatever on top
On
of
that
the
building, yeah,
concession
I
stand?
can't remember what
I
that
think
is.
it's still, might be like blue or something.
I mean, it doesn't have to, but if that.
Well, when they apply for the building permit, they'll have all those details in there.
Well, not what's on the existing building.
Well, they'll have the color of the,
Yeah.
should be contained in there.
So, you know, if you wanna put it on a slab, but it's not bad to say that, because then they're probably gonna say, well, might as well build an accessory building.
Right.
Yeah.
The advantage of this is, it really, I think it's gonna be for seasonal stuff. You put it away at the end of the season, you get it back out.
Yeah.
So why don't I just let him know that we're considering it, he's gonna submit a building permit. And we'll decide at the next council.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Next we have economic development.
I talked to Stacy a little bit at that ECAP meeting,
Okay.
and I told her there's no way possible for normal working people to get there at 12 o'clock for a meeting.
Right.
So, I
Well,
told
we
her,
can attend it on Zoom.
well, I tried that day, and
Okay.
it didn't work. She said, well, I didn't have that hooked up for it to work that way, but since you can do that and it's on there,
Right.
she said, I will have it for the rest of the meetings.
Okay.
So,
Because there's this, it's kind of, in my opinion, ridiculous that they're having it in the middle of the day on a weekday.
it used to be at 7 o'clock,
Right.
and I don't know why it never got changed.
They just, people just can't expect us to attend all this stuff. We all have full-time jobs. I mean, I guess unless we can attend it on Zoom, then I guess I really wouldn't expect anybody to go.
Well, it should be next month set up for that to work, so.
Okay. And then Bobby, well, as you already know, we didn't get the CCCFF grant for the pool. They were gonna try to apply for, I think it was like the Doe Tree Grant or whatever it's called. So we're on to the next thing with it. But at least it does not hinder our construction of the pool or anything, so it'd just be nice to get some more stuff done there. So next we have the city clerk.
Collections are going really well. People are taking it seriously that we're gonna shut off their water. And actually this week I called somebody and told them it'd be off Wednesday if I didn't get $400, and I got $400 this morning, but I did get a call yesterday that they got paid last night. So I said that's okay, and I wouldn't shut it off, and they were here bright and early this morning with the money, so it's really working. I got an email from, was a CC'd email, and JEO had put in for a SRF grant for us for the drinking water side, and they didn't, there's not gonna be any money. They were told there's not any money for that this year. In fact, not until 2029. But it did say that if they wanted, we could apply for the WWAC grant, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to put in for that and see if possibly we can get the same grant money to help us with our drinking water system. So I just wanted to let you know that. Also, Chantel said that the C4K group has decided to use Main Street Treasures as their fiscal agent. So we actually have the money in our bank, their money we're holding for them, and we were their fiscal agent, which meant that Chantel got invoices and she paid the bills. So because they're going to do Main Street Treasures, she said that all we need to do is, everything is taken care of, we just need to make a motion to approve the transfer of the C4K money to the new fiscal agent to Main Street Treasures. And we actually have checks, and she said that we'll write out the check and she'll let us know what it is, and we'll write out the check for the amount that they have left, and Randy will sign it, and then we'll be done with the C4K money. So I do need a motion for that if you agree.
What is,
The daycare, the child care.
oh, got it, okay. Thank
Well, this
you.
is before your time here. Well, they need a fiscal agent, basically, to put their money in, and it has to be a public
Nonprofit.
nonprofit.
City,
Yeah, so they asked the city if we would do it, and we did it, but now I guess Main Street Treasures is doing it, so
I will
let them
make a
have
motion
it.
to transfer the money, yes. Yep, to Main Street, yep.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Kleinschmidt, Hogstad,
Yes.
Waberner. Okay,
And we did get, Dustin and I, we got the water quality report from Cedar Knox Rural Water Project. We don't know why we actually published this in the paper. We put it up in the board up here, and we used to put it into every bill. But we now have 100 that we email to, so that's not practical. What I did do is when the billing comes out next week, there's a memo, And I put on the memo that it's available, and I put the website address on it, so they can go and they can look at it, so that'll give them a chance, or they can see it in the office or wherever. We also end up publishing the one for Cedar Knox too, so we had both of them, and they are in the paper this week, so we've gotten that out, so. I think that's it.
Good deal. Thanks, Donna.
Up, we have head maintenance. So we're gonna talk about the signs, the dog signs.
Oh, yeah, Donna's got the signs for cleaning up your dog poop and leash law stuff, if that's something you're interested in it.
What's the 452? What is that all including? Or what?
It'll be like a post with the trash can and bags all there, or the other one, I have it both ways, I have either that way or just the sign.
Yeah, I gave you the new sign.
I'm worried about maintaining them.
They know they have a dog. They know
Yeah,
they
exactly.
have a dog, so they can just,
Here, take a look at mine.
and they can dispose of
Yeah.
it themselves.
See,
But I don't.
don't wanna do that, then they get a ticket.
So,
There's trash cans at,
What's that?
there's trash cans at all the parks. anyway.
Oh, yeah,
so you
yeah.
want this at, how many of these do you need? Do you want it down?
Well, I was gonna kinda leave that up to you guys, if, you know, if you think we need like 3 at each park, or whatever, I mean,
Well, is that what you, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, like
that
each
makes sense.
side,
Yeah,
if
that
the
makes
three
sense.
sides
You're
here.
entering where the sidewalk is or
Yeah,
whatever.
entrance.
Probably would need them at the ballparks, baseball fields.
well, I was kinda thinking that maybe
Yeah.
too,
I know there's a lot of.
or at least this one.
Yeah.
Well, even the softball
Right.
complex and two stuff too.
Right.
That's not a bad idea.
And just the signs are cheaper, and I really like the ones where it says, the dog needs to be leashed and pick up after your dog, because it is one of our policies, is all dogs are supposed to be leashed here, and every once in a while you see that they're not. You see a lot of loose dogs, so it might be a good reminder and the sign doesn't cost any more for the two things on it, so.
This is what we're talking about, the one that's green, this one.
I think so. When people work to.
Pet waste transmissible disease leash for cleanup after your dog. Please keep area clean.
Oh, I think it was it that one?
Or is it
21?
Or is it, which one? This one?
All pets must be on a leash, please clean up after your pet.
Which one?
I like that.
Which one? I'm sorry, oh, this one.
Which one?
Here,
Yeah, simple to the point.
that top.
Oh, there you
This
go.
one they're talking about?
This one right here?
Yep.
Yeah, that first one on,
Okay.
the 2199 page, that first one there, I think that's a good one. So, like that one?
Yeah.
Yep. Only supposed we think we did 3 per park, so 6.
And then you said fall.
Well, that part down there, probably go 4, maybe even 5, one at each ballpark, and then the park. And then 1 or 2 for the baseball field.
Buy a dozen signs.
How you do a dozen and space them out accordingly?
There you go.
I will make a motion to purchase 12 clean up after your pet signs.
Second.
Okay. Been made and seconded, Staff,
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
And Kleinschmidt.
Yes.
Okay, next is Mr. Knapp.
I'm all set.
Okay. And then Chantel.
Better to get hers too.
I don't really have much, just some updates on the project, like the lagoon, they started doing dirt work, stripping topsoil. They're moving along, their schedules of what they plan on doing, and their itinerary basically, they're all in the office. Like they're doing stripping topsoil and mining clay and digging the ponds, and then around May, they're gonna come in and put the force main in, and it's all laid out.
Good stuff.
And then with the pool, hopefully we can get that sent out to bid and approve something so they can start the 1st of May. The water line, we did get an email from Roger
saying that there's gonna be no state money or loans or grants or anything available till at least 2029. So that would be the earliest for that, but everything since is still moving along. He did get one permit, I don't remember which one, he's waiting on another permit for it. And then, he just had some questions about what, I don't know if we wanted to hire him to do some investigation up by the school, but I think we can wait on that.
Bigger service line.
Well, just, if they, basically, he sent us an email, got it, might be in your packet, I don't know if it is or not.
I think I read something about it.
This one right here, says NDWB.
Yep, that's the
Take
one.
one time also, hospital, hospital.
Basically, I want to know if we're going to hire him to do a study, what they need to do to get more flow. And so, I don't really think that's necessary. I did talk to this.
Their time schedule very well.
No.
The school did have Bullseye come up,
That's
yesterday or day before, I can't remember, and did some more flow testing, and they're gonna have to put in a water tank.
Yeah, I just don't really think that there's anything that we can really do to
Well-
get them their flow besides putting a big pipe out to the tank.
a 14-inch pipe, yeah.
Yeah, at least. I mean, what did their, JEO's estimate say,
Well,
$900,000?
it's down to their location more than anything, because they're within a block or two of the lowest pressure portion of town.
Right, and then the city attorney had a few questions, like, have they ever done a flow test before at the school?
In previous years, I don't know.
Because he says that,
This is the second one I've helped with since they decided to start doing this
Right.
project.
And he had said, if the city, has been keeping up with their water service needs currently, they're kind of the ones that are adding on and want more water, so they would
Right.
ultimately be responsible to get themselves more water. to
What was
figure
the
out
flow
their
rate
problems.
there, you know?
It was 500, and he sent it to me in the email. It was like 517 gallons a minute or something like that. At
417.
417? I thought it was, Roger said it was 5.
And we done that pumper operation class down here. This hydrant on the corner was just barely over 4.
Right, and that's about, his was at 15 PSI, and they need to be at 20 PSI.
Well, we were at 100.
Oh, yeah. But they need, for water line safety, they need to be at least 20 PSI, and I really don't think they're gonna get it, because, when they did that water study, they said we were only getting, the max we could get was 500 gallons a minute out of the tank. So I don't really think there's much we can do.
Nope, let that one rest.
I guess that's it for me, so I guess the next item would be, need a motion to go into closed session
Make that motion.
to hire seasonal help and media manager.
I believe it
It's
is.
been made and seconded, Schmidt, Hochstad, okay, we know what this is.
Thanks, John, see you later.
Thank you,
All right,
John,
hey.
for all you do, thank you.
Consideration for doing Iowa Street, they're probably gonna tear some stuff up there when they do the school, just
Yeah.
moving equipment around.
Right, but we'd just be kind of patching the block that they'd be on.
Okay.
So I would, we'd hope to talk to them, and they would just use Fifth, Fourth, and Iowa.
Yeah.
And just kind of just that little loop.
Who knows?
Yeah, I know.
It's a big project.
It is. Thank you.
You got big enough clippers? You got big enough clippers?
Marlene's best drawer, she's got a little tiny there.
Want a shot?
You want to, yeah, you can take it. You don't want to use this.
Yeah,
Right in the first
broke
minute.
half of it. I said, I figured it's always break. I forget. Sarah told me who won the big money. Should I remember? I don't remember who it was. Shoot.
Night time.
Yeah.
Is Marlene coming in the morning?
Yeah.
Gunsmoke would be more entertaining.
You probably watched enough of that already today. anyway.
Uh,
You probably watched enough of that today already.
yeah. Why don't they use the microphones so we hear? You can't hear a thing you say. That's illegal.
Hey,
You can't, I can't hear anything.
hey. You going to Weaver House for dinner?
You wanna go and watch Gunsmoke?
Will they fix you food this late, Dustin?
Huh?
Will Weaver House fix food this late? It'll be 8:30 or so.
I think so. I know they won't make pizzas after 9 o'clock, but I think they'll do everything else yet.
Let's do the city. They're all putting it on the chair.
What were you doing with the chair?
Just put the finger out like that, roll it up. That's the one I smashed that time.
Oh,
And it just splits every time it goes
Well,
off.
if that's the case, I'm gonna assume too, because I was putting my thumb on the other day, flipping that bar down in the skid loader.
I don't think it's raining, is it?
Thumbnail snagged up on the, it's kind of wrapped in rubber, snagged right on that, bled for about a half hour.
We have a first aid kit in the office now.
I know that that's not in the skid loader.
I got us a
As
first
soon as I
aid
got to the
kit.
shop, I put a Band-Aid on.
I got us a first aid kit in the office.
I looked over there, they didn't even see them.
It's in the first aid kit.
Those are the safety.
It's in there somewhere.
Oh,
I know it's there, I saw it.
that's gonna be sore, there's bleeding on the side.
I think that we put it under that top, that big file cabinet, that top thing that doesn't pull out, that pulls up. I think it's in there. Hey, a good thing nobody got injured on my.
No, last time I saw it was on that little table.
I know I removed it though, because I have enough stuff on that little table.
Need a bigger table.
I'm gonna need another one.
So that's handy. That's handy. You don't even know what that is.
You know we need a film. I don't think they got it.
Closed session?
Second. Motion made and seconded, Augustad.
Yes.
Waterman.
Yes.
Kleinschmidt. Yes.
I'll make a motion that we leave the, Crofton's part-time summer position open until our special meeting.
Made and seconded, Waterman.
Yes.
Kleinschmidt. Augustad.
Okay, we need, that's a resolution. That one first? Let's see, so okay, it's ordinance, this is actually an ordinance, so we have to have a motion to waive the 3 readings. Four, actually it's 4. Dash 4.
So the motion's been made and seconded, Kleinschmidt. Augustad. Waterman.
Ordinance 4926-4, an ordinance of the City of Crofton, Knox County, Nebraska regarding city administration policies. Whereas the City of Crofton has need to engage the services of certain officers and employees who have specific responsibilities and duties. Thus, be resolved by the City of Crofton, Knox County, Nebraska as follows. The City of Crofton will employ a media manager to take over the duties of Facebook and webpage for the city. The media manager will... Huh? Okay, then we have Instagram.
We don't.
Okay.
But Facebook and Instagram are kind of linked together, so.
Okay.
Just, you want to throw it in here? Sorry.
The media manager will be part-time and will not have full-time benefits. The media manager's wages will be adopted and passed unanimously by the mayor and city council of the city of Crofton, Nebraska, this 9th day of April, 2026. This ordinance shall be effective from and after its passage, approval, and publication as provided by law. Now,
We need to go up to 39 hours. It's not a full-time position right now, so we have to cap hours.
a week.
Well, it's on here.
I met with her on,
No.
Monday, and, she said that she thinks it'll only take her about 8 hours.
No, but she said something about you, if we wanted to cap her or whatever discussions that we had about if we wanted to cap how many hours she could work on. So we just, yeah, and it says in the ordinance she's part-time.
Yeah, so,
20.
Yeah,
20
so we
hours
have
a
to cap
week.
her at 20
Yes.
hours.
will she be able to get it done in 20 hours?
She thinks that she might need a few more hours to begin with. It was actually, she was quite impressed how easy it is, and that they're there to help her. And she said then after that, then she, just to get used to everything, then after that, she said it probably wouldn't take her 8 hours a month to take care of it.
So when does our pay cycle start? Bi-weekly or every?
Every other week. This is the last week in the pay period of this one. We'll get paid, I do payroll on Monday. That makes any sense, just every 2 weeks. But it doesn't matter, because if she started, it wouldn't matter. We'd pay her for what she had worked.
Well, it says in the ordinance that she's part-time.
Yeah.
And we'll revisit it. Once she gets everything up and running, we'll revisit this about putting a cap on her numbers.
So what's that resolution number?
4926-4.
Make a motion to accept resolution 4926-4.
Ordinance, actually.
Ordinance
Motion's
section.
been made and seconded. Kleinschmidt? Yes. Hochstadt? And Wagoner? Okay.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn, Wagoner?
Yes.
Kleinschmidt? Hochstadt?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't leave, I accept the right, sign. I got Jason's on this one, and Jason's on this one.
Yes, do camera too.
You can pass those down, they need to sign it, and I got this whole pile is yours.
I actually have in